If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy a merch indeed, it y'all shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Here we go. Baroness, Broken Halo. Let's do it.
Is this a relationship song?
I think this one's a relationship song. I think it's a relationship song. What do you got?
Yeah.
She is the deepest ocean that I could hope to drown in.
If my iron wings should break again, I hope I'd fly into your eyes.
Okay. Some of this is corny.
Like what?
Okay? I'm not going to lie.
Which parts?
If my iron ring should break again, I should hope to fly into your eyes. I think that's corny. But
Well, I don't understand iron wings. Look at you looking at me. Is there something I'm missing? Like,
no,
I don't
I
understand.
just
You
think,
could fly with iron wings?
I just think that he's at a certain place in his life. He's kind of indestructible or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. Jeez.
But I agree. It's big shoes to fill when you're supposed to replace Pink Floyd. Because I had in my head, oh shit, we're gonna listen to Pink Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't listened to Floyd in quite some time.
I know, yeah.
So, you know, those kind of lyrics, but it reminded me, there was one time in high school I went through this phase for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
When I was listening to Smashing Pumpkins.
Okay.
And it was the most corny girlfriend music. Who wouldn't be the one you love? Who wouldn't be the one you love?
Uh-huh.
And the name of the song was literally Stand Inside Your Love.
Stand Inside Your Love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who wouldn't stand inside your love? But it was so beautiful. Like right now, it's like bringing me back to that feeling. Like, oh my God. There's this girl I was talking to. Literally, it's like a month and a half. It's a month and a half. And it's not the one you're thinking about either. It's not her.
I know, you said month and a half, so it couldn't have been her.
Yeah. She used to write me shit, and then she'd have like a little, I don't know if it's...
Spray your perfume on it.
Oh, yeah. But I had like a stack of these letters from Shorty, and you know, they were burned after. but it was a month and a half.
By you or by your next girlfriend?
By my next girlfriend. I was seeing both of them actually at the same like time, but she wasn't like officially my girlfriend, if that makes any sense. Okay. But yeah, so it just like got me in it got me in this like real corny like feel. So I'd like write all this shit to her, and I it was one of those things where like I just enjoyed like the feeling of being in that situation. Mm-hmm. I meant like 4% of what the fuck I was writing, but it was just really cool to be able to write that to somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
It's like third period. We'd exchange shit at third period or whatever. And it's funny because she had like a boyfriend and all that shit. It didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really care. He wasn't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't even like that because I didn't really like her like that.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think she liked me like that either. I just think her boyfriend wasn't on that level because, it's the Bronx and you have to do a lot. So, like, I would write her, like, corny shit. She would write me and then she, whatever. And, it was like people were like, yo, you with Shorty, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. I wouldn't even brag about it. I wasn't trying to do anything. It was a very straight, it was very unlike me. But I was transitioning out of that whole mindset anyway. The whole how we were engaging with girls at the time, me and my friends. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
I got kind of tired of it at that point. So I was transitioning. Out of it. So
I see.
But yeah, so it was just cool. So that reminded me of that period in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It was literally a month and a half. And then when I was with her, the other one, that one, everything got to be so heavy. Everything was heavy and everything was serious. So that
was your final relationship.
That was my final relationship in high school. So everything got really, really. I was done with the other one. The other one was also like a serious relationship, but it wasn't heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was kind of like in the middle, and like, it was just fun, man. It was just cool to be able to exercise that part of your. And I knew she wasn't gonna go show it to all her friends because she had a boyfriend. Because that was the thing. You lose all the street cred if you were showing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you wrote that girl down. What's wrong with you? You pussy whip nigga. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a reputation to uphold.
Oh, my God.
So I knew she wasn't going to do that shit. And she knew I wasn't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? It was just mutual assured destruction.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jasmine. But, it was fun. So, like, this song
reminded me of that. It's that corny, I was upstairs in my attic writing that shit. Oh, she's gonna like this shit. And I thought it was like, I really thought it was out of the park. In reality, it was just common shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's,
really
I
common.
mean, no, I see what you're saying. It's like, that show we're watching, and there's a certain moment where they all say the same thing when they hit that moment. I just wish I could hug and kiss you right now. They all say it.
Oh, yeah.
And then the person says, I know, oh. It's the same thing. Like, everybody says the same thing when they hit that moment, and they think that that's unique to them.
Yeah.
But it's not. God, let's wait and I'll let you know. So,
they think it's unique to them.
yeah, they think it's unique to them, but I don't know. I mean, okay.
Inshallah, ya Fatima. Inshallah. Go ahead.
So I think that, like, there are some cultures where they get married, like, really young, like 15, 16, and I actually, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, when I look at our kids at 15 and 16, I'm like, they're not ready. But I think that if your culture, if your culture was that way, then they would be prepared for that then. Like, they would need to mature sooner. But I think that age, like, I remember being 16 and my thing was, like, I didn't really, like, write. I wrote to one person that I was interested in, where we would write back and forth. I mean, there was another guy that I was writing to, but it was kind of like what you just explained, where it was like you wanted to be able to, it was the idea of love that you were really interested in, and you wanted to write as though you were in that situation, but and then you could kind of get, like, confused because you're not in that situation, but then you maybe think you are, but what you're in love with is the letter writing, but not the person themselves.
Yeah.
And I found myself in that situation. That was kind of disastrous.
Was it?
For the person? Yeah, because my father said, "You're not into that person."
Was it the army guy?
Yeah. He's like, "You're not into him. He's going to come back and everything's going to be the same. All the things you didn't like before, those are not going to change." And he was completely right. The person was coming back and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what have I done?" But then I decided, like, probably the best thing to do, I started writing in my journal, and I would write to, like, my future husband, and I would say all the things that I wanted to say in there to my future husband. Or say burned all that stuff, but
So you would say to him, while he was deployed, wasn't he?
yeah, he was in boot camp.
Oh, he wasn't deployed then.
Like, I think he was in boot camp at the time. He was gone for the summer. I mean, it wasn't
so
nice.
he wasn't deployed.
No.
Oh, well, that's different. I mean, if the guy was in Iraq or the stand or something.
No.
And you were doing all that shit.
It still wasn't right. I would say something to my daughter if she was doing that. I would say, but I was kind of like, I thought maybe I was, like, falling for him. And then, like, reality did set in when he was coming home.
Because he showed up again.
Yeah, he came in. Well, what happened was he showed up early to surprise me. And then I found out he was showing. I wasn't prepared for that because I, like, planned on being prepared. And then he showed up early to surprise me, and he was way too confident. Like, he had this nightgown that he gave me, which I thought was really weird.
He gave you a nightgown?
He gave me a nightgown, and it, like, had a giant teddy bear on it, and it said, "I love my soldier." And I just felt, like, really weird about that.
Yeah.
BJ and Kay, she was laughing so hard. She's like, "Oh my God," because she got the same thing from her boyfriend. "I love my soldier, big nighty."
Why? You guys are both dating soldiers?
They went to boot camp at the same time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure them boys was they were bragging hard, like, "Yo, look at our girls, blah
man.
blah blah. Look at our girls, blah blah blah." And they was like, "Man, ain't your girl? Stop lying." And no, really, that's my girl. It turns out it really wasn't, bro. That's terrible.
It really was. But so, I mean, I'm saying that to say I understand the whole, like, kind of being at a certain phase of your life. For some reason, these, like, even though, like, that youthful sort of sweetness of falling in love, I know that feeling. And that's, like, something that's in, like, the backs of my memory. Like, it's there. And I can, like, tap into it. But anytime I hear, like, a love song, I never think of that time. I always, like, relate it to us, like, every time. But I think that's, like, I don't know. I think I'm like a romantic in something like that. Like, But I understand what you're saying, like where
I've
a
written you
certain
corny
song.
shit like that. I've written you shit that you thought was corny, apparently.
I don't think it's corny. You're the one that said it was corny. I never said it was corny.
Yeah,
I
true.
like this stuff. And
I did. I am the one that said it was corny.
yeah. So, I mean, I like this kind of stuff. And I don't think that corny, that one guy, you know, like, he put something like, if I come across a letter, maybe you guys will think I'm a horrible person, but maybe I'll read you guys the poem if I come across, because I still have one of the poems from, like, this guy that I almost dated. And it was, like, very, very weird. But he said something like being, like, something about, like, you make me feel so much joy like a child that receives a new toy or something.
Oh
and it was
my
like,
God.
I was like, it was so,
God.
it was just
Oh
very,
my
I did not like that at all. So as long as it's not on that level, and I've never thought anything that you wrote was like,
I'd be more liable to say, you make me feel so much joy, I'll play with your emotions like a toy. You thought I loved you, it was all a ploy! Holla at
Babe!
your boy! Gang, gang!
You're so
Rate the
terrible.
song! Shit is corny as hell, nigga. You deserve to be alone.
No, I
nigga.
mean, I liked it. I liked
deserve
it.
to be alone.
Vocally, the kind of the way it sounded was odd. There was like a real weirdness to it that I couldn't, I think I'd probably have to listen to more of the songs to really get into it. So I'm going to go with an 8.4.
I'm going to give this a solid 7.6. A solid 7.6, dear listener. It's a decent song. Hopefully, I'm going to study these lyrics and write Soraya some corny shit, inshallah. Vin out!
All right. Sorry, out.
Gone!